time for a stripper story. Let's talk about the time that I got a stripper to eat food on stage and just added it to her dance. There's an Adam Sandler movie out called That's My Boy. He's sitting at a strip club where Denver omelets are amazing, and the dancer is on stage, turned upside down, trying to eat a Denver omelet, talking to Adam Sandler. After I saw that, it was my goal to get a stripper to eat on stage and incorporate it in her dance move. Now, I've tried this for years in Dallas, or in the city. I tried it for years in the city to no avail. I had a woman crawl up to me on stage and grab a piece of pizza and put it in her mouth and then continue on. I was like, no, that's not it. That's not what I'm offering the money for. Girls just flat out tell me no, because we're not doing that shit. But what still get to happen is I had to travel to the country with a homegirl of mine, and it was a podunk bar with nothing but truckers, and you could smell the desperation in the room. We were traveling to the place, and I tell her the story, and I can never get it done, and she says, we're getting that done for you tonight, Keenan. And it was literally the greatest night of my life. Alright, so we're at the strip club, and as soon as we walk in, my friend, who, women can get a lot further in a strip club than a dingy old fat guy can. So she directly starts speaking to a dancer and tells the dancer, hey, my friend has a proposition for you. Please listen and keep an open mind. And so I sit down to start talking to the dancer and explain to her, like, hey, I would like you to eat on stage while you're stripping and incorporate it into your whole routine. She starts quoting me like $500 to $600. Tom's like, no, sweetheart. It's not a sexual thing for me. This is a funny thing, and I don't want to pay $500-600 for a funny moment in my life. We got down to $60 and plus tips, and I would tip heavily and to where people could see it, so hopefully other people would tip. So probably in all, talking about $100-120 all together. I have to pay for the food, and I get to pick out what food she eats, and there's a menu. So then the waitress comes up, and the dancer goes to go get the menu and talk to the staff and talk to her boss and make sure that that she can do this without getting in trouble. And the waitress comes up to me like, hey, would you like to buy her a drink today? I said, sure. I'm thinking like an alcoholic drink to prep herself up for the dance. No, this lady quotes me like, well, we have the $60 drink, we have the $100 drink, we have the $150 drink. I was like, wait, it's not just like a regular drink? And she's like, no. And I was like, well, then I don't really want to purchase a $100 drink. But it was just stupid. Alright, so the dancer comes back with the food, or with the menu, and she lets me pick. I can choose anything I want, and they have a hamburger, and I just think a hamburger will be perfect. It's easily moved. She can grip onto it, and seeing a woman chomp down on a hamburger while dancing sounds hilarious. So we buy the food, we get everything ready. She talks herself into it, and she does the most masterful job. She comes out there to the music, dancing, accentuates the hamburger like she's coveting it, and everyone's just looking at her because nobody else in the club knows anything about this. And I just stand up, I immediately, because I got all $1 bills, and I gave my homegirls $1 bills, and granted it was only like $60, but we kept throwing it and making a big scene with it. And as soon as she comes up, my homegirl's like, woo! And I'm like, yes! I literally say, this is the best night of my life, and I let like $10 fly. I might even bought more dollar bills during the process because it was so much fun. It was all worth it. But she comes out, I forget what song she does it to, but she is just she's doing everything I had ever dreamed of. She's dancing, she's swirling on the pole, she's, paying attention to me, like coming up and like, she like almost like got on, walked up to me, dropped to like her knee into a split, and took a bite of the burger like right in front of me, like eye contact going. And and everyone's getting into it. Every dude is like screaming, they're dropping money like nobody's business. And this all happened in a podunk bar out in the country, and I couldn't talk a girl into it, but my friend talked her into it, and I don't think I've ever had a more amazing time at a strip club. I've come close, but that was the best thing I've ever done at a strip club.